This is my second live today, which is like some sort of record. But everybody went to bed. My kids are in bed, my husband's in bed, and I was doing a live earlier and my phone died, and so I got cut off, and now I just feel incomplete. So I thought I would do another live, see if I can document kind of how Stella Luna and I do our, how I give her meds, how we do our nighttime snuggles, and she gets her treats. So for those of you who don't know, Stella Luna is one of my 3 sugar gliders, and she's been having some medical issues with her teeth, and she's on antibiotics and pain meds, and then she's going to go back to the vet on Thursday, and they're going to do another set of x-rays and possibly do some extractions based off of what they see when they are there. So until then, we are doing meds and snuggles and treats. So I'm just gonna hop on to so I can see when you guys start doing comments. Hello. Yeah, I felt really bad because I was totally in a rhythm doing my live earlier, and my phone died and I felt like a dummy. So good evening. Hi Jessica, Jennifer, and JP. All the J's are here tonight. So I thought the Luna was going to be up because she usually gets up around this time and is ready to come out of her cage, but she is not currently. So we will wait for her. And we'll wait for some other people to join us. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Bucky was exploring the cage, and then I turned the light on and started talking to you guys, and now he's like frozen. I'll show you. Bucky, it's okay. You can still play. It's okay. Hi. Hi, bud. I know I don't have any treats. I was just going to tell you it's okay. You don't have to freeze. I can see you. Oh my goodness, I need to clean your tray. I can see you. Yes, I can. I know. Did it get so bright all of a sudden? Did it get so bright? I know. Hello. Hello. How are you today? How are you? Yes, I know. Yeah, you don't have to freeze. It's okay. All right, we'll see if Stella Luna wakes up on her own soon. If not, then I will have to get her up because she has to take her meds at some point. Let me see if I can get the lighting a little less bright in here for them. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, you can still see me pretty good, but it's less bright in here. I just have the side lamp on. There we go. Now he's running around. All right. Yeah, thank you. I hope everything goes well too. I mean, nothing I can do if doesn't solve anything to worry about it. So I'm just trying to give it over to the Lord, and He knows what He's doing, and the vets are great where I'm taking her. So yeah. Yeah, for him to freeze when the lights go on is a normal reaction for sure. I find that they just kind of, sometimes they'll do that, and then as soon as you let them know, like, hey, I saw you, you don't have to stay frozen there, then they kind of start doing their normal stuff. So the bottom tray I vacuum out usually like midweek, like once a week. And then a few days later, so like say Wednesday, I vacuum it out, And then Saturday, I take the trays out and I vacuum it, take the trays out and soak it in my bathtub with Blue Dawn dish soap and hot water, let it air dry, and then I put it back in. So I do like a deep clean of the bottom trays once a week and vacuum twice a week, including the day that I do the deep clean. And then, but I also have 2 air purifiers going on in their room. I'm in here with the door closed and I don't smell anything. So anyway, but they are on a staple diet, which makes a big difference with smell. And Bucky is neutered, which also makes a big difference with smell. So. You mean Stella Luna? She is 5 years old. This summer she'll be 6, I believe. I did the math the other day, and I think she's 5 and she's going to be turning 6 this summer. Let's see. So I have Creminos, but their bellies seem to get to be yellow, and then they seem to be over grooming. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, so when you say over grooming, what do you mean? Oh, and they aren't neutered? Yeah, so boys have a scent gland on their chest, and they are going to mark more if they're not neutered. That could be a part of why they're being a discoloration on the bottom. When you say over grooming, what do you mean? Do you mean they're getting a bald spot on the top of their head, or because that's their scent gland coming in if they're not neutered? Losing some hair behind their ears? What kind? Do you have a nice big cage for them? Or do they get their toys changed out pretty often? Different stimulation things? Is there any stress in your house, like noises they're not used to, or a change in dynamic in the house that they're not used to, things like that? They're over grooming and always had their scent glands exposed, but it's behind their ears and along the sides of their head right now. And it's both of them that are doing the exact same thing. You have 2 that are doing the exact same thing. I'm not a vet. I'm just going to give you what my personal opinion is, but here in a couple minutes, if Stella doesn't wake up on her own, I'm just going to get her up, because I kind of want to check and see what her poops look like anyway from being on antibiotics, so it wouldn't hurt for me to wake her up and so I can see that. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll have to try to get some more toys and see if I can make a shorter rotation around that. Yeah. A lot of times over grooming is a sign of stress, boredom, or some sort of underlying medical condition. If they're on a staple diet, they're in a nice big cage, and you've taken them to get a vet check somewhat recently, then I would say to do change up their toys. They don't have to have like a million toys, but if you have a rotation so that things change pretty frequently so they don't get bored, that really helps. Foraging enrichment really helps. Different textures and things that make noise, stuff like that. When I was doing TPG, I think I put kale in like one batch, and I think that was fine. They didn't mind it when it was mixed in with everything else. I don't know if they would eat it by itself. And typically her stool is looser once it's on antibiotics. I haven't seen it in the last couple days because she's been up and around before I actually give her medicine at night, so she's already pooped. But tonight I think I'm going to actually grab her before she gets up and around so I can see what her poops look like, because typically they are looser. They're not, they shouldn't be like diarrhea, but they're usually a little bit looser when they have been on antibiotics. So let me I'm gonna turn you around so you can see the cage. Then I'm gonna grab her, and then I'm gonna grab my stuff. We'll see how we do this. This will be a challenge. So I grab her with my bonding mitt. Hi, Bucky. Hi, this little baby. You're so sweet. That's not her crabbing. That is probably Bucky. Hi, baby girl. Hello. We have some friends. We're gonna come say hi. Come say hi. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna just take my phone and not my computer. Just a second. Sorry. I'm dizzy. Yeah, we're gonna go into the kitchen. I'm gonna show them how you take medicine like a big girl. Okay. Don't pay attention to my tray. All right, so what I have here is I have her medicine all laid out. So she gets pain meds and antibiotics, and then she gets to lick some honey. She doesn't eat all of that. And then after she's done with the honey, she gets some mealy worms. So I put her in a pouch. So I just use the bonding mitt. Now I take the bonding mitt off, and then I take the meds. Oop, hold on, baby, hold on. She does not like to be restrained, so you have to really be sure that you have her. So I hold her on like the shoulder blades like this, and then I open up the corner of her mouth like this. I pry it open and then shoot. Then I let her swallow that before I give her the next one. Yeah, I know. Okay, almost done, and then you get your treatsies. Almost done. That's a good girl. You can see the discoloration on her belly is getting quite a bit better. Oh, there's her poops. Yeah, poops aren't super loose. That's good. Oh, I know. Let me flip you around so you can see. So it's really normal for them to kind of flick their head after they're done because it tastes gross. She just got done doing that. This is what her poop looks like. So it's pretty firm still. It's not super loose, which is what you want. That's a good baby. I know, that's Mama's best baby. That's Mama's best baby. So this is this honey. I'll show you. I actually get it in my Morgs and Friends subscription box sometimes. It's doesn't have any sugar, or it doesn't have any honeycomb in it, but it's like raw unfiltered, or raw filtered honey. Yeah. So it has the anti-inflammatory properties in it as still. Yeah, her poops are nice and solid, so that's good. That's good, yeah. Oh, baby. That's good, huh? Yeah. Mmm. Is that yummy? Yeah. You ready for your mealies? Okay, I'm gonna flip you around, and I'll give her some Mealies. I'm just gonna, so I'm gonna take my hands and just scoop her like this. I don't grab her, but I just put my hands like underneath her and pick her up like this. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. And then you get the Mealies. Yummy. They're yummy. They're so good, huh, baby? After we're done with our little snack here, I will go back to my computer so I can see your guys' questions. And then I'll probably get off pretty soon because I want to keep this one kind of short and sweet. Another one. Oh yeah. Mealies are good for cleaning their teeth, and she seems to like them because it's not super hard to where it hurts her teeth, but it's still good for cleaning her teeth, so I try to give her those. But mealyworms, live mealyworms are not a must feed with sugar gliders. They are just a huge bonus though. A really, really good enrichment treat if you don't mind feeding live bugs. Took me a long time to be able to do it, and I can now touch them with my hands, but I didn't used to be able to. They really, really grossed me out. Oh, baby girl. Yeah. The nummies. The nummies. Yeah. And what they do is they suck the guts out and then they spit out the skeleton. So be prepared for that if you're feeding mealyworms. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, YouTube's kind of weird. Sometimes it sends out notifications and sometimes it doesn't. Make sure you have the bell notifications turned on, but even then it doesn't really matter because sometimes they notify you and sometimes they don't. So if you have a short question and you write it, I can see it. Otherwise, it'll go too fast and I won't be able to see all of it. But if you have a short question, feel free to ask, and then I will go check and see if we have any other questions. And then I will end this. Just love her little fingers. See their little fingers? They just grip onto everything. They have little thumbs. Yeah. Little baby. Thank you for praying for her. I really appreciate it. You guys don't even know how much it comforts me to know that she has so many people praying for her. So thank you very much. And I'm not a believer that if you pray for something, God always gives you the way you want it, but I do know that he hears our prayers. So, and he gives me peace through the whole thing. So I really appreciate that. We never know how long we get to have these guys, but we just enjoy them while we have them, huh? Huh, and you're gonna be with me for a lot longer, I think. Yeah, because you're a tough girl, aren't you? You're a tough girl. Okay, one more mealy, and then she'll be done. Normally I don't give my gliders this many mealies, but with her being on antibiotics, it kind of upsets the stomach, and I want to make sure she's eating enough so she doesn't lose weight before her appointment on Thursday. So she gets all the high fat stuff because she's skinny mini, aren't you? You a skinny girl? I'm also making sure I give her probiotics and yogurt with probiotic as well. Oh, baby. Yeah. Okay, now you have mealy stuck on your face. which is really gross. Yeah. They're not very ladylike. Don't bite my finger. There you go. Thank you. All right. So now, I just cup her in my hand like this, and then she goes to sleep, which is amazing. I didn't used to be able to do that with my gliders, but I can't do it with the other two, but she will let me. See how she just curls right up? She's just gonna go to sleep in like a little ball. And then it's just become our little nighttime snuggle routine. So, it's so cute. I love her so much. Okay, let me go and answer your guys' questions, and then I'm gonna sign off. I'm sorry it's darker in here, but you guys know if you have gliders that they like the darkness. Don't you, baby? You like the darkness, huh? Yeah. I like it dark. It's too bright. It's too bright out there, huh? Yeah. Is it too bright out there? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, I will answer you guys' questions for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to end this, okay? All right, so... Oh, oops, sorry, guys. Sorry, I dropped you. Okay. I already answered how often I clean the cage earlier in the video, but basically the bottom tray I vacuum twice a week, and on the second vacuuming day I take it out and I soak it in Blue Dawn dish soap and hot water in my bathtub, and then once a month or once every couple months I take a hand mitt and I get hot water and Blue Dawn dish soap and I scrub a section of the bars, and then I rinse that out, get just warm water, rinse that off, and then get a towel and dry it. So not very often. I do have 2 air purifiers in my room, which does make a big difference with smell, but it's really not stinky at all in here. So yeah. Okay, any other questions, you guys, before I end this live? Oh, let's see, I'm just scrolling back up. Jennifer asked, have you checked your humidity in your house? Sometimes over grooming can be attributed to dry skin. It doesn't always solve the issue, but you could try increasing the humidity. So that goes to the earlier question. Somebody was talking about over grooming. That's a great point, Jennifer. If their skin is dry and itchy, you know, that could be part of it. So increasing the humidity in the house would be good. I try to keep mine in like the mid 40s if I can. Even higher though is good, as long as you don't get so high that it's gonna get mold in your room, you know. Let's see. I do still have the 4th glider that I introduced to the 3. So originally I had Stella Luna and Natiri. Those were the 2 girls that I got originally. Then a year later I added Bucky. Then about 9 months ago I added Pika. And then back in November, Natiri, one of my original 2 girls, died. But I do still have Pika. We are still working on bonding. She is actually, in some ways, more bonded to me than Valky even is. She's getting better and better all the time. She lets me pet her while I give her treats now. Usually she used to take the treat and then run away, and now she lets me pet her. She falls asleep more easily in my, like, I'll take the bonding mitt and I would take her out of her sleeping pouch and hold her just like I'm holding Stella Luna, and most of the time she'll go to sleep. And she would stay asleep in my hand, but only if I had the bonding mitt. She wouldn't do what Stella Luna is doing right now, which is a pretty extreme bond. I don't know if we'll ever get there with Bucky and Pika. I'm just happy that I have one that will do it. This is new. I really think that the bonding mitt helped a lot, because I did this with Stella, and then when she got really, really sleepy, I would take my bare hand and I would switch it out with the bonding mitt hand. So she was sleeping in my hand and she didn't care. So she's always been more chill, but pretty particular about feeling constrained and like not wanting to be grabbed at. So this is new probably within the last month. And I'm loving it so much. But it's not something that always happens. So it's not like, oh, it's a guarantee. And I've had her for 4.5 years, and this is just now happening. So just so you know. Let's see. Do I still have the cage build video up? I hope you don't mind, but I want to build mine like yours. I absolutely do not mind. That's why I made the video, and I would love for more gliders to have huge cages. I am not the only one that has a cage like this, so this is not like an original design, and I do have the cage building video up. I would love that, and I have affiliate links if you want to buy cages using those. Then I actually get a little bit of money from the Amazon, but if not, no biggie. So yeah. Let's see, a couple more questions, then I'm going to sign off, guys. I leave a frozen Madagascar roach in the cage in the evening. It's the only shell in the morning. Wow, that is really cool. Where do you get frozen Madagascar roaches? I personally don't let humidity fall below 40%. You don't want it too high, that it could potentially cause respiratory problems. Yes. But I think 40% and a little bit of like in the 40s, I think is a good, maybe even like low 50s. Don't you think, Jennifer, would be a good kind of goal for the humidity in the room? My vet said like 70 degrees is good. I don't know about that. I've never been able to get my room up to 70 degrees. That's super, super high humidity. But you never have to apologize for English not being your first language. I totally understand that I have people that watch me all around the world. And so yeah, don't apologize for that. And Pika's tail, so she's a tail carrier, which means that she wraps her tail around like bracelets or little things that she wants to bring back to her pouch. And all of them tail carry, but she's the most avid. And so her tail is the thinnest, I've noticed. And I think that that's related. So her tail is thin, but it's not to where she's over grooming. It can look like they're actually over grooming to where the hair is kind of like really, really thin. And that's a sign of stress. Over grooming can be a sign of stress, a medical issue, or boredom. So let's see, I breed my own insects as I have other insect eaters. Oh, wow. Okay, so Jennifer agrees she wouldn't go over 55 or 60 degrees for long periods. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page as far as humidity goes. And then this will be the last question that I answer, and then I'm just going to end this here. So I got my sugar gliders, the first two girls I got from Carolina Sugar Gliders in Carolina. And I am not in Carolina. They actually shipped them via airplane to me, and then I drove and got them. And then a year later, I did the same thing with Bucky. So I got him from the same breeder. And then, like I said, 9 months ago, one of my subscribers reached out to me. She happened to live within driving distance. I did a road trip to go pick her up, mostly because she had medical concerns, and I knew that she was not going to be a great adoptable glider for the average person, because I wanted her to get medical care, and it was going to be a pretty penny to do all the medical testing that she needed. So I opted to go and take her. So I don't typically rescue gliders. That's not something that I'm going to do a bunch or anything like that, but I did that with her. So, and then from here on out, my gliders, I'm planning on only getting them from Lisa Newman, who is starting her own breeding program. She runs a Facebook group on Facebook called Western Canada Sugar Gliders, and she is in Western Canada, but she also doesn't just sell to Western Canada. And yeah, So she is amazing. She's a personal friend of mine, so I trust her and I know how much she hand tames her babies, and I'm super excited to someday get a baby or two from her. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm glad that you found the videos to be helpful. Okay, I lied. I'm going to answer this one last question and then I won't answer anymore. Oh, Pika's in heat. I don't know if you can hear that. She's in the pouch and she's in heat. She's making that noise. Do you remove things that they carry to their pouch, or should we leave all those treasures there? I know, I feel bad about removing them immediately. I actually tend to leave the treasures in there as long as they're safe, obviously, which I don't know why they would be carrying something back that's not safe, but I don't remove them. I'll leave them in there, and I might remove like half of them like every other day or something, so it's not like they do all this hard work and then I just empty the pouch. That's just me personally. I know a lot of people just empty it and reset it every day. I just feel bad because they work so hard. So anyway, all right guys, well, look at my sweet little baby. She's just so sleepy in my hands. I just love her. Oh my gosh, I just love her so much. Okay guys, well, I'm gonna just snuggle Stella and get some work done. And thank you guys so much for popping in here. And I will try to I'll try to work on some videos. All this back and forth driving to Pullman is 3 hours one way. And last week I drove 12 hours back and forth because I did it 2 separate days to drop her off and pick her up. And then I'm gonna go again this week, so I don't know when my next videos are coming, and I have other work to get done with my other jobs, so, but I just wanted to make sure I stayed in touch with you guys because I love you, and I love that you guys watch, and I love that you care about my gliders and me, and I care about your gliders. So anyway, all right guys, well, I will talk to you later. Bye.